What would you do if you needed to sign a contract with, let's say, a business partner? You would both find a lawyer, then there would be meetings and discussions about terms and penalties. Then if somebody hadn't stuck to deadlines, there would be more meetings and discussions, and even more money would go to middlemen. Sounds fun, doesn't it? And now just imagine for a split second how your contract would look if there were no need for meetings and lawyers. Add to that the absence of time-consuming bank transfers, and the picture would be even nicer. It could be hard to visualize, but we're going to help you with that. So, let's meet smart contracts. What is a smart contract? Technically, it's a program stored and run on a blockchain. The agreements between the parts of the contract are written directly into the program's code after simple if, when, then statements. When necessary conditions from the if-when part are met, the program automatically executes the terms of the contract from the then part. Let's look at an example, a real working, solid example. In 2017, an insurance company, AXA, launched flight delay insurance based on smart contracts. After a customer had chosen a certain coverage, a smart contract was concluded between the client and the insurance company. This contract was linked to flight databases, and when there was a delay of 2 or more hours of the customer's flight, the program automatically sent him compensation. No human error, no paperwork, no calls from unhappy clients. But smart contracts can do more than that. You can list as many conditions as needed. You can facilitate workflow, making the program trigger the next action when conditions are met. Smart contracts can even help you to manage company finances. That's how decentralized autonomous organizations, DAOs, are designed. DAOs are member-owned communities with no centralized leadership, and all their financial decisions are executed through the number of smart contracts on blockchain. Why would one need a smart contract? The absence of a third party is not the only benefit of the smart contract. First of all, they are trustworthy and transparent. No need to trust your partner's reliability. Once the conditions are met, the payment is executed immediately. Then the records of transactions are encrypted and securely stored on the blockchain, so no one could alter them for personal profit. Another important advantage is speed. Smart contracts are self-executing. They don't require any paperwork, and they don't have any time gaps between the actions. And let's not forget about savings. Even though smart contracts are not free, they usually cost less than a traditional contract. How and where to make a smart contract? Every smart contract requires a few steps to be concluded. 1. In the offer, the first party writes its terms in a series of if, when, then statements and places them into the blockchain. 2. During the negotiation step, 2 parties negotiate on contract terms. 3. Once the discussions are over and everything is set, comes the approval from both parties. And 4. When the necessary conditions are met, the transaction happens. A lot of blockchains are working right now on creating user-friendly interfaces to allow users without programming skills to create smart contracts. But for now, if you need such a contract, you'll probably have to write the code yourself or find a developer for this task. Most of the blockchains have their own platform-specific programming language or sets of tools to create smart contracts. You can also find some platforms where JavaScript, Java, or C++ are used. Creating a smart contract from scratch requires quite a good knowledge of programming and accuracy. Smart contracts are immutable. They can't be changed after the deployment. That means that no mistake in the data or bug in the code can be corrected. The only way to change the situation is to write an upgradable smart contract. Another problem is the code's vulnerability. For example, Ethereum's language, Solidarity, has been known to have security issues, leaving many contracts exposed to hackers. Nevertheless, Ethereum is still one of the most popular blockchains for smart contracts. Hot on the heels are Hyperledger Fabric, Polkadot, EOS, and a couple other platforms. You are free to choose. Who's using smart contracts? Smart contracts are the underlying background of the crypto world. Coin and token transactions, decentralized applications and decentralized finances, exchanges, and media, all those sectors are powered by smart contracts. Wherever you point your finger, there will be a smart contract used somewhere. However, their use is not limited to crypto. The real world has already understood the possible benefits. Small and big companies are adopting the concept to facilitate some processes and cut some costs despite the lack of legislation and regulation. For instance, Walmart is using a blockchain-based supply chain where payments are executed automatically by smart contracts. The world's leading diamond company, De Beers, is using Tracer, a project that uses smart contracts to monitor the production and logistics of diamonds. And although smart contracts have a number of limitations and vulnerabilities, in 2021, no one doubts that there is a wide niche for them waiting to be filled.